to a second playthrough of Our Darker Purpose here. This is going to be going up on YouTube right now. I'm streaming, but this will be up on YouTube come the time when I'm done with this. I would really like to drum up some more support for this game because I feel it very much deserves it. So we're just going to jump in and play around a bit, and eventually, we'll see if we can get some viewers in here, see what happens, and see if we can get some more support for this game that very much deserves it. So I believe, yes, my save from when I played this for my video on YouTube is still here. So I still have this nuclear physics for 8-year-olds perk, which gives me a little bit extra base damage. But we're going to jump in to the easier hall first, the one that I've beaten before. And we're just going to go through and see what we can do. Hopefully this isn't going to lag too much or anything while I'm streaming. It wasn't a problem when I recorded, but sometimes there's a little bit of a difference. This guy's clouds are a royal pain. I really want to take him out before those clouds get to me. Thank you. Except now I'm trapped in this corner. Ah. That was not very nice, Mr. Cloud Man. What's up, Wooly? That's good. And that guy seems to be dead. Nothing. Oh, nothing dropped up here, and I took some stupid damage trying to get up there. Oh god, this guy is way too fast. I was hoping to roll at the right time there. I kind of failed. And roll, roll, roll. Now I need to take out this champion. This is going to give us some kind of item. Oops. I'm definitely not playing my best right now. Roll, roll, roll. It seems like we have a couple extra people in there besides Wooly who's talking. So hello to you guys. Oh, oh. That actually worked out surprisingly well. I'm getting a bit better at this rolling mechanic. Oops, I say as I mess it up. So we're going to go through this easier hall at first, maybe the harder one afterwards, until I beat it. Not sure how long I'm going to be streaming for exactly, but I do want to stay on long enough to hopefully get this game a little bit of support build up. It's a game that I definitely want to see funded. These guys aren't too bad right now. Although I did just take some damage from that stupid garbage can turret. There we go. Whoever's playing right now is really good. Playing? Playing what? The player. They're confident. Great timing, making good tactical decisions. I have no idea what you're talking about. I really enjoy these little desk conversations. The humor in them is quite enjoyable. It's actually one of the things I've enjoyed most about this, in terms of its own little unique style, is it's almost has its little self-referential humor that it throws in by way of conversations like that. And oh, the door was in the room that I was just in. That's right. So one thing that I have to complain about this pre-alpha build so far is the fact that it can be hard to follow where different doors are on the mini-map. I kind of hope that gets a little bit more fleshed out come the final version. Just because I think that a little bit darker lines to show the doors would be really helpful. This is probably the worst of the things I've come across, is the champion version of this guy. He's kind of a pain in the neck. But he's going down decently quick now. Oh! And we get our first level up. So you can choose to get 5% move speed, 10 HP, and slow on nearby enemy projectiles by 45%. And I have no idea, Wooly. The only thing that I've done is make the chat black instead of gray so that the text would appear on the screen. But other than that, I don't have anything that would affect you. And I like this one, where you get more damage, a little bit slower, 10 defense and 2 light radius. I'm always a big fan of damage ups, and I don't think I've seen this item before. Plus 15 damage, plus 1 lifesteal. Maybe I have because that sounds familiar, but I already slow my enemy. That was just to slow their projectiles when they're firing at me. Do I have enough money to buy anything from here? Not yet. Escape. And so we'll head down now. These mages usually aren't too much of a problem, although I did just take like 5 hits. Come on. Admittedly, although they aren't usually much of a problem, they are one of the more annoying enemies to fight just because they disappear for a while. Oh, come on. I should not be taking damage. I am apparently almost dead, so let's pop a juice box. Just one for now. Come on. Jesus. I played much better than this the first time when I recorded my video on it. Come on. There we go. One's down. This should simplify things a lot. There we go. Let's go pick up this money over here. And whoop. I should add that I absolutely love the music in this so far. If the style stays the same when it gets to a full release, I'll be very happy. Whoops. So, looks like our only path is to the right up here. I think I might have 6 now. Could buy a juice box, but I'd rather wait for the other stuff in there. This guy is trapped, it seems. That worked out extremely well. The compass. I seem to remember this. I pressed the wrong button, but... Oop. It's a horrible place for that to drop. Shots ricochet, that's right. So this is going to allow me to bounce my shots, which is a lot more useful than I initially thought it would be. Oh man. Oh god. This is a horrible, horrible room. I do not enjoy this. Get away from me, garbage cans. And guys throwing globes, you're a jerk too. Okay, well, I'm alive. Somehow. I have 0 health, so that doesn't really make sense. Let's go ahead and pop a health potion, though. There we go. I knew it was going to happen on that room. That was a very tough room, especially for the easier hall over there. So we're going to jump back into that again, just because I would like to kind of get my bearings back together instead of jumping into the harder one when I'm doing poorly. So obviously this is a roguelike in the fact, and it has roguelike elements in the fact where every run you play, the layout of the level is going to be a bit different. You're going to run into different enemies, different room types. Different items will appear, obviously. Which, admittedly, right now, most of the time you're going to see the same items going through, but that's because this is pre-alpha and obviously doesn't have a high percentage of stuff in. Oh, I just walked past one of my favorite desk conversations where they say that it reminds them of that game in the basement with the monsters, referencing the fact that it is somewhat reminiscent of Isaac. Come on. Oh my god. This is not a good room for this guy, especially with these stupid spider desks. Come on. Oh, how did he not... How did it take that many hits to kill him? That's my question. Nah, no Skype call. That'll take way too long to set up and everything. Makes juice boxes special, so that's going to be one of a few different effects. So far I've seen one of those that gives me critical chance, which I think is the one that I just got. One that gives me increased damage. That's the boss. I don't want to go there yet. No, I mean too much time in terms of setting up volume levels and all that stuff, not so much the actual calling. but okay. Must remember that rolling does not grant you invincibility. It just makes you move quicker and gives you a lesser chance of getting hit by enemies running up on you. I think I'm trying to treat this like a roll in Dark Souls and dodge things with it. Great expectations from juice boxes. 15 HP, 10% healing per juice box. More carry 2 more juice boxes. Or plus 20 damage, plus 10% move speed. Enemies have 10% less HP and move 10% slower. I'm going to go with this one because it seems almost unequivocally better. We're going to pop a juice box since we have an extra one there. Oh, we got movement speed up when we use juice boxes. That's actually one that I hadn't seen before. I kind of enjoy that. Alright. Now we're going to have to time this really well. There we go. Get that money. Take stupid damage as soon as I walk out the door. There we go. Another room of these guys. I did find the boss already, but since the demo ends when you kill the boss, I would really rather not jump right to him. I want to explore a bit more, see what I can get. You know, for a pre-alpha demo, this game is very, very well done. Obviously there are minor things that are going to come up, like the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not a big fan of how hard it can be to tell where the doors are on the map. But as a whole, for a pre-alpha, this game has awesome looking graphics. The music that's in it so far is great. The gameplay is solid. There's no major problems I've seen on that front. It's definitely something that I think if this gets funded, it's going to be an amazing game when it comes out. Which is why I'm kind of encouraging everyone who is able to help fund this. There are only 3 days left. It still needs about 13,000, so it's kind of down to the wire in terms of making its money back, or making the money it needs to keep going. And from the sounds of things, it's going to be very hard for them to complete if they don't get funded. So if you're liking what you see, definitely go support them on Kickstarter. If you give me one moment, I'm going to pull up the link to that and put it in chat. A skull. What do you do, Mr. Skull? 5 damage, 10% attack speed. It's not bad. Give me 1 second here. I just realized I have my own video playing in the background. That would have been good to know. Right here. Make sure. Yep, that was the link that I thought it was. So this is the link to their Kickstarter. For those of you watching who are interested in helping to support this game, they definitely need as much as they can get as soon as possible. I've heard a lot of people who have really said this game is a ripoff of Binding of Isaac, but I think those people aren't paying enough attention to the differences, just to the similarities. I think that's kind of like calling Call of Duty and Battlefield ripoffs of each other. Yes, they're the same type of gameplay, the same genre, but they both have their own unique things to add to it that make them very different games. I know after the absolutely ridiculous amount of hours in Isaac that I've played, this game still feels like something fresh. It doesn't feel like I'm just playing the same game again. So I don't know, I think it's kind of having some bad luck that people aren't paying enough attention to what makes this unique. They're paying too much attention to what's similar. And just because two games are the same style of gameplay doesn't mean they're knockoffs of each other. It just means that they're both the same genre. So I feel like that's kind of been a little bit detrimental, as a lot of people looking at this and saying, well, it's too much like Isaac. But I think if you take the time to play the demo, you'll find that it's definitely not the same game, just repackaged. I really enjoy getting items just dropped from champions like that instead of only having like 1 or 2 a floor. I feel like it kind of mixes things up a bit more than otherwise. 3 damage, 3 life, 3% move speed, 3 crit chance, and 3 defense. That's not bad. I will definitely take that upgrade. It's pretty much an all stats up. I'm going to pop a juice box because we're getting kind of low on health. And you know what? I think there is one more set of room. One more path to follow. It's down here. Oh! Oh! couple of these guys aren't too much of an issue on their own. Hopefully we can level up again so we can see what other options there are so far. Oh yeah, I should add that. When you level up, base increases aren't necessarily in your control. You're going to get 2 randomly chosen perks that you can take, which will determine what stats you get from those. But the actual leveling system is kind of very much a nice, got Cat's Cradle, I like that item. The actual leveling system is kind of automatic and simple, but you do get the chance to pick one of those 2 perks each level, which varies each time you're through the game which ones you're going to get when. Right now I don't think there are too many. I think I've seen enough repeats where I don't think there are too many possible perks available so far, but there are definitely enough where you don't always get the same ones at the same time. You should make a YouTube channel and upload vids like this. I'd support you. I already have a YouTube channel that I upload vids like this. In fact, I had a video on this game just the other night, the first night the demo became available for the public. There we go. I want to get that coin because I should be able to buy the active item by the time I'm done with this floor, hopefully. That's another one of the big differences that I enjoy in this, is the fact that you got that special, which is the roll, and then you've got the active items as well. When this gets to a full version, I would love to see the specials vary by character, and then have the items be their own thing separately. I think that's kind of a nice unique touch that you have that roll, which could be, you know, for a different character, maybe a strong attack or something like that. I think it would be interesting to have that option of not just having the active items, but the specials to play around with. And I think that is the last room on this floor, except for this one down here. There's definitely a lot to enjoy about this game. If you're a fan of roguelike games, if you're a fan of Binding of Isaac, I think that there's almost no chance that you won't enjoy this game. If you pick up the demo and give it a shot. Makes Juice Box a special. So this will do another one, which will help me. And we got another level. The Red Badge of Courage and Tankiness. I haven't actually seen that one before. 20% defense, minus 10% move speed, and 40 HP. That's a big boost. Plus 5% move speed, 50% projectile speed, 20% move speed when not damaged for 5 seconds. Do I want to be tankier and slower, or do I want to be faster and less tanky? You know, I haven't seen this one before, so I'll take this one. Plus, my juice boxes give me a little bit of speed up when I use them, so that kind of compensates for the speed down from that. Just remember, Wooly, damn it, health isn't always that important. Granted, I've been playing pretty poorly, but in general, I find that damage and the ability to avoid damage pay off more for me than health does. So we got the Broken Mirror. This is going to be our first active item. So when I press E, it's going to send out these 3 fiery familiars that do damage to anything they cross paths with. At least this one that's in the game so far works on a recharge per room basis instead of... And here we have the boss coming up. Hello, Frothy the Dragon. They work on a recharge per room basis instead of a recharging... Oh god. Instead of a recharging based on how many rooms you complete, they recharge in the room based on time, which I think is which is hard to keep track of in terms of making sure you use them, since it doesn't have quite as visceral a look in terms of when it's charged. But it's definitely a nice touch to be able to use this multiple times. Of course, Isaac had its own items like that, but plus 15 attack damage from my juice box now. I really like these things that make juice boxes special. They definitely give you a nice little boon to using them. But Yeah, the fact that it's kind of laid out and the fact that you can use them more than once per room, I think makes it a lot more useful, especially for something like that you can't control. And so we have beaten Frothy, we earned 2 green credits, took 154 damage, dealt 13,390. So that's the end of the easier hall demonstration demo. Those 2 green credits we got go toward lessons in this area. Right now there are only these 4, but obviously there's a lot of different ones that are available. And you can, it seems, equip and unequip things. So let's use 5% movement speed, 5% more damage. Juice boxes grant 10% more healing per level. So now we've got 2 perks there. Looks like it'll be limited to 3 per class. But this is essentially the ongoing leveling mechanic, allowing you to, the more you beat the game, essentially make yourself stronger at the start. From what's been shown so far, it doesn't look like it's a huge thing, but I could see it becoming as you get a ton of victories and a ton of these credits build up, it definitely making a difference in how you start off the game. So now we're going to jump into the tougher hall demonstration here, which is very much significantly harder. The rooms are mostly the same, but I believe maybe you take more damage and deal out less. I'm not sure what exactly makes it tougher, honestly, but definitely the first time I played through this when I did my YouTube video of it, the tougher hall just destroyed me very quickly. So we could witness some failure here. Boom, boom, boom. This is a relatively easy room, though. Really, the only one of these guys I find to be an issue is the champion versions. I'm just a lowly desk right now, so? But I want to be a teacher's desk someday. Totally. Maybe I could even be in a faculty lounge or an office. You've got this. Keep your head up. Yay, support a friend desk. That guy was a very nice desk. He just wanted to help his friend succeed at his dream. And speaking of the champion versions of this, I really hate this guy and his spawning these mini ones that hit kind of way too much, even though they have like no health. I'm not sure if it's more beneficial to take out the champion first and not have to deal with the other stuff that he spawns, or if it's more beneficial to take out the regular versions first. But I'm going to focus on the champion. It's another thing to note, the champion enemies have kind of Diablo-esque naming conventions. Instead of just being the standard name of the enemy, they have some name related to them, which I find is a nice touch. It's interesting to try to pick up on those while you're avoiding being killed. There we go, and we got our first level. I've never taken this one before. Let's take Great Expectations of Juice Boxes. And must not forget to pick up my compass here, which is going to let me bounce shots. Oop. Oh, I didn't expect him to turn around like that. See, I'm definitely taking more damage when I get hit. God, I hate this guy. He wouldn't be so bad if he was in the room alone, but having that little spike ball thing in there with him doesn't make this easy. This could actually be the room that I die on. Oh, come on. Juice box. 18% HP isn't bad. And 18 HP isn't bad. Not 18%. Come on. Why? Why is this room such a pain? This guy should die in the next couple hits though. There we go. Get Cat's Cradle, that makes me happy. That's one of my favorite items so far in this demo. So there's one thing. It seems like the prompt to pick up that item was kind of disappearing at times. So when I was hitting R, it was just kind of not actually picking it up, even though I was standing right next to the item. They might want to give that a little bit of a tweak so that that doesn't occur quite so much. Probably would just have to increase the radius that you can pick up from to make that happen. Now let's go through the door on the left here. Obviously I'm not a game programmer, so I have no idea if I'm right on that, but that is something they may want to take a look at just because it could be not necessarily detrimental to the game, but it could be a bit frustrating, I could imagine, for people when they're playing and trying to pick up an item when there's enemies in the room. I would love to just stand around and watch all those desk chats, but I feel like doing that would be kind of boring. And then it would take away a little bit of the reason for people to keep playing the game on their own, or keep playing the demo on their own. And we're going to head down and to the left, where we will find some more of these guys. My favorite enemy in the game so far. Come on. Oh, that's not good. Stupid Twitch. At least it's not down for the whole day like it was the other day. Took some stupid damage. I gotcha. I have still never played that game, or Dota or anything along those lines. I gotcha. There we go. Some of these desk dudes shouldn't be an issue. Although, based on the fact that there's little desks running around, it looks like we have a... Oh, yep, that happened. I was gonna say, it looks like we have a champion because there are those mini desks laying around. It's kind of a pain in the neck room. Oh, no. I'm not sure where those shots are coming from, and that's a problem. I do kind of enjoy these dark rooms, though, where you can't really tell where everything is from a short distance. Obviously there are items that increase the amount of light that you have, which make it a little bit easier as you go through. But the dark rooms don't seem like a burden, but they don't seem like they're easy either. They seem to make a nice little challenge. See, I just don't really like games I have no way to pause whatsoever, Wooly. It's not so much that it's distaste for the game itself or just not wanting to try it. It's just I prefer to be able to pause games a bit. And there's the death. Like even Dark Souls, which is a game that you can pause. 1 second while I take a drink. Yeah, even Dark Souls where you can pause, you can still get to a bonfire and just kind of hang out there until you get back, which actively works as a bit of a pause. So, the games that you can pause whatsoever, unless they're kind of short matches, I'm not a big fan of. You know, if they take 10 or 15 minutes per match, it's a little bit different than if they're taking 45 minutes an hour per match. But I have been meaning to kind of give that a little bit of a try at some point, just to see how it is. Both that and Dota, because I've heard good things about both of them, and they do seem interesting. It's just that not being able to pause kind of drives me crazy. Oop. I don't know how I managed to dodge that, because I wasn't looking right at the screen when I said that. I was looking at chat. Oop. Hey, look at this guy again. He's trapped behind a desk like he was last time, but I had to draw him out this time. Sherman the Shaggy. Stay away from me! The start room definitely doesn't lie that rolling is integral, because if not for rolling, I would probably be dead by now. Yep, nope, that happened. There we go. We get something to increase our juice box, which we're going to pick up first. Then we're going to use a juice box, which gave me 15% crit chance. pick up some coins here. Okay, so the bottom will be to the left. So we're gonna go up through the top here. I could just go through to the boss to beat the Tougher Hall demonstration, but I'd rather keep exploring. Honestly, I think the difficulty in this one is a lot more fun. The easy one isn't exactly easy, and it's still fun, but I do like the extra challenge this one adds. Of course, I say that as I take damage, and I might die on this room. I don't think I will, but I could. There we go. And we are swinging around here. And let's go to the right now. This guy should die easily. Very good. Whoop. That was actually a pretty pro roll. I've heard of him, I've never watched any of his videos though. There's kind of one group of YouTubers that I watch, and I haven't really seen too much outside of their circle. Maybe I can score some free points by people with confusing them and making them think I'm him. Yep. These guys are easy, so we get either move speed or damage. I'm taking damage. I know, right? Okay, so now with some increased damage, this should make things a little bit easier. This week is really good for games. I can't wait for later this week. No, 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 no. Hey, heal. Come on, thank you. I refuse to die to these guys again. I don't know how I just killed two in one shot. Oop. Now we get one of these guys. He is not the only thing in the room, which makes me kind of sad. Descartes the clanking. Yeah, Descartes reference. Or Descartes reference. I'm not sure. They kind of seem like they're maybe like fireballs or something. But I'm honestly not sure what the projectiles are. Aww. Well, at least I died in a challenging room. I guess it's a plus. That could be two. It seems like most of the stuff in this game is kind of supernatural versions of kind of everyday things. So it's very possible that it's something else that is kind of converted into weaponry. So, let's see here. I don't have too much longer to stream. Well, I'm gonna switch over games a little bit for the last little bit of time on the stream here. For those of you watching this on YouTube, because I am gonna put this VOD up there, thanks for stopping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed this longer look and more coherent look than what I gave in my first look at the game. This game definitely still needs support on Kickstarter. The link will be in the description, of course. They're just shy of 27,000 with 3 days to go, so it's getting down to the wire for them. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Please go out and give the game a look, play the demo, support it if you feel like it deserves it. And in terms of myself, if you enjoy the video and want to give a like, comment, subscription, anything, that would be appreciated. But really, I prefer you to support this game over supporting me at the moment.